Hello from FTC 2024. I'm talking to Ingar Arntzen from Norse, which is in Tromsø, way up in the Arctic Circle in Norway. Nice to have you here in Chiswick in London, where it's maybe a little bit warmer. I don't know.
It is a little bit, but yeah.
So you presented a paper yesterday?
I did, yeah.
And how did that go?
I think it went well. At first I got some good questions from the audience, and I
Always a good sign.
felt a good response. So that was good, yeah.
What was it about, briefly?
So I'm working with media technology. So basically I'm interested in how we are using technology for storytelling and how we can really advance in that regard. And I think there is a general interest for making media experiences much more advanced in the future and also much more adapted to individual persons. And this is, of course, being driven by people being different, and you have different demands and wishes for the media experiences, and also some strong requirements in terms of accessibility, letting people have the type of media that they can actually use when they have specific demands, but also just more easy or more simple things like most of us would maybe appreciate it if the coverage from something was adapted a bit to their specific interest, like say they have a favorite team or a favorite thing or something. Maybe you'd like to see that being reflected in how this thing is presented to you, right?
Okay.
And so personalization is a big topic. Many actors there, BBC, for instance, specifically interested in this through their 10-year initiative about object-based media. And this is also my research area, how to sort of cater for a new and more flexible platform for making those kinds of media experiences.
Does this link in quite well with our second keynote yesterday, Adrian Hilton?
It absolutely does. Yeah. His talk was a bit about that, and also my work is related to that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Did you talk to him?
I didn't, because he just left just after.
What a shame. Yeah. What a shame. Hopefully you can contact him or talk to him another time.
I have some connections with him to other people. So.
Oh, absolutely. Right. Nice. Yeah. Nice. So what are the challenges you faced with your research?
So, well, let me first say that one of the challenges in the domain is a bit that the media model is a bit strict in a sense. The classical production way of producing things, like in a studio with video and all, that is single technology, single stream, single user experience. We'd like to use much more of what we have available, like different rendering frameworks, different data sources, all of that, and even different devices in the same presentation. So it's about extending media in that sense. And also with regards to personalization, it's important to not make all the production decisions in the studio, but take some of them out of the studio and into user devices so that they can be properly personal to you and carried out based on local information. And that is a tough problem.
Right. Are you hoping your research will have a positive influence in the real world?
I think so. What we presented in the paper is a new approach to how you can do production control also outside the studio. And that, if you think about production control, that's all the knobs and buttons and sliders in the studio thing, but they only apply in the studio domain. If you wanted to, say, control a web interface sitting in the hands of a user, they don't have control mechanisms for doing that right now, but it would be very interesting if they had, because then they could do what you do, basically. They could control the zooming of things in your browser. They could control switching to another thing, to another content source, maybe making sure that you always see the right thing in front of you without having to do it yourself, right? And that could be quite transformative. And it's an example of how you can really do storytelling in a new way on a new platform, really, without resorting to video.
Wow. You're a good storyteller yourself.
Thank you.
You're keen on that. Are you using AI technologies?
Not directly as such, but we are sort of preparing. We are addressing how you can use. We are improving things for AI in the sense that how can you use AI? AI is very interesting in this media world because it shows us already that it can produce very different types of content for different people. But there's still a remaining problem, and that is how you put it together for people. And it needs to be put together a little bit differently for you and for me, right? And then you need basically AI to take on the producer role to a larger extent.
Okay.
You need to replace the human in the studio and maybe make that a more automated process that takes into account your specific needs or interests or preferences or whatnot. And we are presenting a control system that sort of allows itself to be used by AI more directly, so that AI can sit and be the decision maker, maybe in a studio or maybe in a hosted center, but still have impact directly on your experience in your browser or in your interface.
Interesting stuff. Talking of AI, I got some rapid fire questions for you about AI. Which area of life do you think will be most impacted by AI over the next 5 years, say?
5 years, this is, well, it's both a short and a long even time span right there. But I think the obvious steps that is in work life, and I think also what people, the opportunities that are pursued first, especially media, are the ones that save you money. So it's about efficiency and automating stuff and basically doing what we used to do before, but doing it cheaper and faster and so forth. But in the long run, I think there will be deeper consequences, and I'm not sure what they are.
Are you optimistic or a little bit pessimistic?
Well, I'm a technology guy, so now, yeah, I'm a bit optimistic about how these things. I see those things that we can maybe do in the future, but I'm not so much worried about that.
Following on from that, rapid fire question: privacy or innovation?
No, I like innovation. So that's my drive anyway. Privacy is important, of course, and you need to respect it. But my personal drive is to drive for innovation.
All right. And do you think machines can ever be truly creative?
Yeah, I think they are. We are creative in the same way machines are. Maybe
we're not so different, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
And which country do you think is leading the way in technology?
Well, the U.S. of course has a upper hand. They have a massive both monetary, financial support by their initiative, and also their experts have experience that few others have. So yeah, U.S. for sure.
Is this your first time at the FTC?
It is, yeah.
Okay, great. How are you finding it?
Absolutely, a very nice place to come to, very nice venue, and also a great the event is very well organized, so excellent work.
Great. Have you met lots of people?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah? Do you think connections maybe you might keep in the future?
Yeah, some of them will be. This is obviously an event where you have a very broad selection of topics. So it's there will always be a few that are more relevant than the others. But I'm certainly hope to follow up on some of them.
Great. Apart from your own presentation, any other presentations that really stuck out for you?
Yeah, I liked the keynotes. So I think the keynotes were very good.
Yeah.
And really all of them. And also there were some amusing presentations about robots that I liked.
Who doesn't love robots?
Exactly.
Yeah. And did you go on the bus tour?
I did, yeah. We went for a ride and got to experience the authentic London traffic.
Exactly. That's the main experience.
No, that was good. And the guide was good too. He was giving us a good introduction to the main sites around. Yeah.
And do you have a favorite site that you visited?
I've been around a bit in London before, so I've seen some, but for me, Buckingham Palace was the new.
Okay.
So I got to see that.
It's nice.
Good. Yeah.
And will you be coming to the FTC next year in Munich?
Yeah, I absolutely. I'm maybe even planning to do so. I do have a third paper in mind. I published at the FTC last year as well. So maybe if that comes true, I will take that.
Well, I hope to see you next year.
Indeed.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.